Check, 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 check. Is it on? Is my mic on? Am I good? Ba-da-da-da-da. My mic is on. My end, it seems like it's on. Can anybody hear me? Jade is the only one. I'm that struggle streamer. Is that a yes? Oh, well, somebody in this house can hear me at least. Thanks for the test. Appreciate it. So now I'm going to start this stream. So, hello everybody. My name is Ye Rock. My real name is Corey Dixon, but I prefer to be called Ye Rock. That's what most of my acquaintances and friends call me. So tonight is simply just going to be a little rant, if you will, or just a conversation about things that I thought about today. Your boy can't sleep for some reason, so I decided, you know what? Why not do a live stream? Who knows? Maybe a trucker will pick this up. And shout out to my truckers out there, man. Y'all putting in some real work. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, because when I first did a video, my first video was about a year ago, and my first video wasn't that great. I'm still new to YouTube because I only posted about 3 videos a year ago, around the same time frame, I believe. Yeah, around the same time frame. And so let me introduce myself really quick. I've never done an introductory video. So let's see here. How do I pull this up? Give me a second. All right. So my real name is Corey Dixon. My alias that I enjoy to go by, that I prefer people call me by, is Ye Rock. And so my specialty, my background, I have a law enforcement background of 7 years. And I also have a kinesics background of also 7 years. I've also been involved in the adult industry, and I have roughly, I would say, 8 years of experience in that. And yeah, that's pretty much all really is about my background. Um, on the law enforcement part, I was a cop, and I was a cop for 7 years, right? And now I am an entrepreneur. My business have been going strong, and I decided to start a YouTube channel. And like I said earlier, I wanted to start it last year, but things happen when you become an entrepreneur. You become very busy, especially when you're pretty much doing everything on your own. And so this leads me to my first title. Let me jump straight to the conversations because I have a lot of thoughts that I've been thinking about lately, right? So, my first thought is this. Have you ever just been done with the day? Like maybe you had I don't know, not a death in the family. That's pretty bad, but have you ever had something that popped up? Like maybe a fucking, pardon my language, man, I'm trying to get monetized and I'm already cursing. But have you ever had something that pop up? Like maybe you're just going to work, your car broke down, and things like that. That actually happened to me today. And I wasn't very happy about it, but that's fine. Got it taken care of. But man, that type of stuff happens, right? But I hope everybody's doing okay. There was this incident that I had, and essentially I was I was in the military, right? And I thought about this today because I saw something that took place that reminded me a lot of it. I was helping out a fellow coworker while I was in the military, and I was voluntold. In case any of you don't know, voluntold means you're involuntarily chosen to do whatever they tell you to do. And I was voluntold to be a trainer, and I was like, okay, don't want to do it, but I'm voluntold, so that's fine, right? And I was told what my essentially instructions were. I was supposed to train this individual. I'm not going to say this individual's name, but she was definitely a female. I'm just going to call her X. So they're like, yeah, you're going to become a trainer, and we're going to give you X. X is going to be your troop temporarily, and we want you to help her work out. She needs to definitely pass her upcoming PT test. She needs to work on her running. She did a recent mock test and she failed. That's fine, right? So they give me her name, tell me her name is X. I said, okay. And I met X and I told her, hey, after work, we're going to go and we're going to go to the track and we're going to see where you're at and we're going to see what we can do. And so after work, we go to work shortly after and we meet up. We meet up at the track. And so we start jogging, right? We started with a light jog. Just wanted to see how she does. And while we're jogging, I would say maybe about 30 to 40 seconds in, she starts calling me all kinds of names, right? She starts saying stuff like slow down, not fast, like don't go too fast. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, come on, come on. She's like, F word, you're going too fast. So I stopped and I looked at her and I said, are you okay? Like, are you seriously okay? She's like, you're going too fast. You need to slow the F down. So I said, don't treat me like that. All right. So we slowed down. I said, okay, I'll slow down. All right. Just don't treat me like that. Don't talk to me like that. So we start jogging again. Immediately, she starts going off. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. Slow down, you short F word. Yes, yeah, that's literally what she said verbatim. She said, slow down, you short F word. First of all, I'm going to admit, I'm only 5'7", all right? No shame in that. But don't sit up here and call me out of my name simply because you are struggling to run. So I stopped and I looked at her and I said, all right, I'm done. I'm done. And she said, B word, just slow down. Nope. Nope. I left. And I went up to my flight chief and I told my flight chief, I said, I'm done. I'm not working with this person. He said, okay, that's fine. I'll just give her to someone else, right? And there was this guy the next day at work. He said, yeah, we were posted together and we were talking. And he was like, yeah, today I was given X to train. Apparently she needs help passing her running test. Apparently she failed the mock PT test. I looked at him. I said, oh, really? You'll do great. You'll do great. He said, why are you saying it like that? I said, no, man, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, man. You got this, man. You got this. You got it. You'll be all right. I don't like the way you're saying that, man. I said, I was her previous trainer. I'm going to tell you right now. She's a lot. He said, I don't think it'd be that bad. I think you're just over exaggerating, right? I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, he did say he thinks I'm over exaggerating. So the next day, here I am getting ready to post out to my post. My man comes up to me, the same guy from the previous day, comes up to me. He says, bro, I'm done. I said, you all right? Excuse me? He says, I was training X yesterday at the track. You know, she grabbed me by my shirt and started cursing me out and calling me all types of names. Like, she was literally cursing me out. I'm like, yeah, I believe you. She did the same thing to me, right? And that was just something that I was thinking about because I saw a couple and I actually saw a lady doing the same thing. She was literally doing the same thing essentially. I'm not sure if I'm going to call them a couple, right? They look like a couple. But I saw this woman doing the same thing to a man that she was with. And this leads to my second thought that I thought about. And essentially, let me pull this title up because there are people who are very sensitive about this. Like people are super sensitive, right? And let me see here. It is going to be I am tired of this feminist crap. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I ran into an individual that I used to work with in the military. And it was a met so this experience we were doing a so while we were doing a active shooter training scenario. I was security forces, right? And essentially that's a cop in the military. And we were given this scenario and it was an active shooter training. She the building that we had, I was like, "Oh man, perfect." I was given fire team lead and I was like, "I know the perfect individual. This individual, she knows this layout very well because she loves working out at this place and she's always mentioned it previously. She works out there, she orders food and all types of stuff, right?" So I go up to her. I was like, "Hey, so everybody crowd around. Come on, come on. Hey, so this is what we need. I need you to give us a basic layout of this building. You don't need to be descriptive. Just give us a basic layout." So she goes into details. She starts describing this whole layout and all that, right? And I noticed that she was struggling really bad to put on the back strap of her helmet. And these face masks they're designed for sim rounds. So we were firing a sim round, and these masks help prevent it. It's a helmet, but it's more like a face mask. And she was struggling to put on the back strap. So I said, "Here, let me assist you real quick so we can get this over with." She looks at me, turns around, and she says, "No, get away from me. Leave me the F alone." I look at her and I said, "Are you okay? What's wrong with you?" She looks at me and she tells me, "I am sick and tired of you men thinking that you know better, thinking that you're better than women. I'm tired of it. No, I'm that sounds like something made up. But I can't make this crap up." She literally said that to me. And I looked at her and I said, what's wrong with you? Do you have a problem with men?" And she said, "Yes, men are annoying. I can't stand men. You guys always think you know better. You guys didn't even know the layout of the building. That's why you guys asked me." I looked at her and I told her, "The reason why I asked you about the layout of the building is because you know it better than anybody here. You work out here, you eat here. That's why I asked you. This is not a man or a woman thing. This is a possible scenario that can happen in real life. And you are sitting here making this a man or woman thing. Cut that BS out, leave it out, and we're going to go in and we're going to get out. Do you understand me?" She said, "Fine, fine." So this part is messed up. So we go into the building, right? Scenario starts. We all go in. There was this corner. And if you can imagine, so you're along this wall, right? So you're along this wall. Here you guys. There's this wall. You guys are walking on the wall. There's a gap, a corner. Around this corner is a silhouette. And the silhouette was of a child. And this is just part of the scenarios. You got to be aware of your surroundings. Is there civilians? And this silhouette was a simulation of a child. When we turned that corner, this woman jumped. She got it frightened her. And she put the barrel of her rifle literally there's this gap, right? When you wear a bulletproof vest in the military, there's a slight gap underneath the armpit. And she jumped and shoved the barrel of her gun underneath my arm. She accidentally discharges her weapon into my rib. Basically, she literally fired into my ribs. Safety, safety, safety. That's all you heard. Everybody was screaming, safety, safety, safety. Hey, man. Everybody ran up to me. Are you okay? Are you okay? She was looking at me and she was saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it." And I was thinking to myself, yo, she really shot me. This chick really shot me. She was that scared. And what's crazy is, so when you're using these rifles, right? So we're all trained a specific way. And one thing that you don't do, depending on most situations, you don't go in there with the safety lock on fire. You never do that. You never do that, right? So that means that when she stuck the barrel of that gun into my rib cage, and that means that she intentionally flipped it on fire and just shot around right into me. Luckily, they were just sim rounds, right? But the thing is, sim rounds can also be dangerous at too close of a range. So I'm sitting there, the rest of my fire team, they're just sitting there and they're like, "Hey man, are you okay? Holy crap. X, what is wrong with you? I can't believe you just did that. You literally just discharged your weapon. What is wrong with you?" She's like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry." And I'm not going to lie to you. This is a true story. I uh I was leaning up against this wall. That crap hurt. And I was sitting there like, oh, and she's like, "Oh my God, Yi Rock, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm so sorry." As I fell onto the wall, I took out my pistol. She was about roughly, I'm gonna say about 10 feet away from me. I pulled out my pistol, shot her 3 times in the butt cheek. That's when I dropped my pistol and fell to the ground because I was in so much pain. I'm not gonna lie, I really did that. My fire team picked me up. Honestly, looking back on it, it was pretty funny. The guys used to make fun of me shortly after that incident. But yeah, they picked me up and they just started carrying me out the building. They're like, "Man, I can't believe she did that." And they just left her there. She was like, "Oh, you shot me in my butt." And yeah, so later on, I became a joke of my squadron. Right? Everybody was like, "Oh, you rock." They're pretending like they were me in that incident. It's funny now looking back on it. That was quite some years ago. But honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest. That that person and that individual, she was a big time feminist. Like she was all into she was really deep into the woke stuff, man. She was really deep into that. She was all anti men. She had all these crazy theories that she used to talk about to a lot of people on posts. And man, I really thought about it over some years and I realized something. I'm like, man, these feminists, they're crazy. Like I'm all about equality, but I'm not about feminism. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm not about feminism because feminism has changed and I'm going to get into that in a later video. But this chick was just sitting there right before we went in there and she was screaming at me. She was literally screaming at me telling me how men think this, men think that. And then she went and did that to me. I was upset, severely upset. But yeah, man, that was a crazy experience. And so this leads me on to my next thought. This might not be a long video. It's late night and I'm not tired yet. I'm a big night owl. Normally I'm very busy at night. And this is what I'm gonna say to you guys next, man. This YouTube stuff is weird. It's weird. I'm sitting up here talking to a camera. I'm literally talking to my phone right now. Beautiful quality. I can't deny that. Beautiful quality. But it's weird because I'm not talking to anybody. I'm really just talking to a camera and I'm not used to this stuff, man. There's no point in saying, "Hey, I'm new to this," right? I'll get better over time. And also I'm definitely going to get better equipment. But now I understand because there's some YouTubers that I follow that talked about the first stages of this. I'm like, man, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm going through these stages for sure. I'm definitely going through these stages. And hey man, eventually I'm gonna get good. But this leads me to my next thought. There was, yeah, if you're reading that at the bottom, that's exactly what happened to me. A white man told me that I am lucky that I am not white. So I was out at my workplace. I was out at the smoke pit, and one of my coworkers, he comes up, pulls out some cigarettes, and he starts smoking. Out of the blue, he said, "Yerot, you are so lucky." What What do you mean I'm lucky? And he says, "You're just so lucky you're not white." And I sat there and I said, I know that this man did not just tell me that that I'm lucky that I'm not white. I look at him and I say, WTF, you just say to me, did you just really tell me I am lucky that I'm not white? He said, yeah, you're really lucky. I said, why do you say that? What makes you think that I am just so lucky that I'm not white? And he said, well, we got all this feminist stuff going on. Right now in the media, it's all about bashing white men. And feminists are taking it to a whole new level. They hate white men right now, and we got it real bad. You're just so lucky that you don't get treated the way we do. And I laughed and I said, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, even our women are hating us now. I said, oh, interesting. So you said that it's bad because you guys are getting bashed in the media. Yeah, man, yeah. Haven't you just seen the news lately? Everybody's against white men. Hey, man, have you ever noticed that basically ever since the television was created, that black men have been aired out? They're like the front page on the news being arrested. They are all over the media. They're getting even bashed by their own people. They're being talked down upon. And this is your first time. This is your first rodeo, huh? He's like, what does that mean? What do you mean it's my first rodeo? I was like, man, you just now getting used to this? Man, I am used to this. This is nothing. I was like, you literally just told me that I'm lucky that I'm not a white man. I I looked at him and I said, yo, us black men, we're used to this. Oh yeah. A lot of us learn to adapt and move on. This is new for you, so I understand. No, I didn't. I didn't understand. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't understand that crap. He, it was that was an interesting experience that I had. But yeah, man, to carry on, we had a long, in-depth conversation. We started having conversations about Trump. Man, we started having conversations about Biden. But this man kept bringing it back, and then out of the blue. So this one's funny. This part is crazy. So I'm gonna mention this, and some people may be offended. Some people might. I don't know. So let me see here. Yep. Hold up. Let me see. Mm, hold up. You know what? I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna continue this stream. BRB. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had to take care of something really quick after I went to the bathroom, but I'm back. And what is my topic? What else I was gonna talk about? Yeah, so society is running on sensual things as fuel. And what do I mean by this? So I'm gonna tell you guys about something that was really, really messed up, right? So I have been involved in the adult industry, right? Ranging all the way from recruitment to production. And well, my family doesn't know that, but if they didn't, they know now, right? It doesn't bother me. Just something funny I thought I would say. But yeah, so there was this incident that took place, right? We were all sitting at this table. Just imagine a big, wide, round table. And I was sitting at this table. We're all having what people consider bromance, right? We're having conversations about life. We were on real relaxed mode, and we were talking about our. They were talking about children, where they went last weekend or their days off, and it was good. Everything was going good until this woman comes up to me and she says, "Yay, Rock, can you come with me really quick?" I said, "Whoa, is everything good?" She's like, "Yeah, I just need your help with something." So I go with her, and I was like, "All right, what do you need? Wait, what do you need help with? Do you need help lifting something?" The reason why I asked is because we were in this at this time. I was in this warehouse, right, and I was just coming back there to assist. Really, not to assist. I'm lying. I was really coming down there to talk to my boy. That's really what it was about. But he works in distribution, and I was down there talking to him. She comes up to me, like I said, says, "Yeah, Rock, can you help me with something really quick?" I go back there, I follow her. We go into this aisle, right? It's just me and her. And I'm not going to lie, I was very uncomfortable because one thing about me is I do not play being alone with women, especially in the workplace, right? There's so many things that can go wrong. I'm really big on that, and I don't play with that. And she's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to show you my tattoo." What? I thought you needed help with something. She's like, "Stop. Here, just let me show you really quick." This woman pulls down her pants. I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious. She pulls down her pants and she says, "Do you like it? You can touch it if you want to. I don't care." No. Uh-uh. I left. I left. I didn't say anything. I just left. I go back to this table, right? And I sit down. And as I sit down, they're like, "Yo, where'd you go?" I was like, "Nothing. She just needed help with something. That's all." And we were talking literally about 30 to 35 minutes into this conversation. She goes and she starts telling people. At this time, I didn't know she was telling people, but how I knew is because one of the guys out of the blue yelled, "Yo, Ye Rock, you're a little B word. I can't believe you passed it up." I looked at him and I said, what are you talking about?" And he said, "You're a little B. Dude, you know blah 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 likes you. And she was flirting with you and you just passed it up." Everybody's like, "What? You Rock, you passed the P up?" I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? We're just fine. We're just talking about families and parks and kites and crap like that. Why are you guys on me all of a sudden? "Joe, man, you must be gay." Now I'm gay? "Yeah, man, I would have never passed that up. It's because you're married, huh?" Man, I'm married and I still wouldn't have passed that up. I'm not joking. This is literally what men are saying. This is literally the so-called bros are saying. All right, cool. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, these guys are like being serious. They're starting to talk with serious tones now. And they continued, and it just kept becoming more and more ridicule. They just kept throwing insults. Hey man, you're a little B word. You're a little P, man. Like you don't belong at. One of them literally told me I don't belong at this table. I can't sit at this table. And I was like, man. So I stopped and I looked at them all and I said, yo, is P really that important to you guys? It's not that it's important, man. You just had an opportunity and you just passed it up. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just tore it up. And then you wonder why you're working in distribution. That's what I said to him. And I said, look, me personally, I have seen a lot, and I mean a lot of naked women. I have seen a lot in my life. You become desensitized by it over time. Don't get it wrong. I'm not gay. I love women. I'm married to one. But the thing is, you will become desensitized. And that's what I told him. I told him that when you are around nothing but naked women for a long time, you become very desensitized. I said, I've seen all types of colors, sizes. You just don't care. Eventually, you reach a point where you just don't care, man. At least from my experience, I just don't care. And these guys said, oh, hell no. You are crazy. I would have never, no, nope, 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 nope. I wouldn't have done that, man. That's just you. That's just you. Okay. All right. And eventually, I just decided to leave because these guys didn't understand, right? I didn't mention anything about that incident. This one was the one who told everybody. Something could have came about with that incident, right? Something bad could have happened in the workplace, who knows. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, these guys are acting like ravaging wolves. These guys are foaming from the mouth. They're becoming extremely violent. And all because of P. Every single one of some of these guys, yes, they were married men, and they literally told me they would never pass it up. I would never pass it up, man. And then I look back on it sometimes and I think to myself, like, man, imagine that your whole life is just all about the P. It's just all about women, right? Then imagine all that just goes away. You lose all access to it. It's just no longer available. How are you going to live after that? What's going to be your motivation? I got, I'm actually thankful for my experience in many fields because I've learned a lot. And I actually, my personal opinion, I think I managed to ascend essentially past that. I don't have a need. I do not desire what they desire. They were literally obsessed. They were crazy up to the point where it was almost possessive. They were ridiculing me, they were making fun of me, and I just didn't understand these guys, right? Guys, if you're watching this, don't be like that. Don't become obsessive. Grind, work hard, and stay on your purpose. Just stay on your purpose. Everything else will follow. Find your passion, utilize that, stay within it. You should be all right, man. You'll be all right. Whew. And there's this other conversation that's been happening lately on YouTube, just in social media in general. And essentially, I only want to touch on one part. So I'm going to talk about this guy, and his name is Rollo Tomasi. Some of you have heard of him. He's considered the godfather of the red pill, right? So let me see here. Let me pull up a tweet that or a post that he made. Let me see here. Where are you, man? Because this tweet sparked a lot of conversation. Now, I don't consider myself red pill or anything like that. I'm good. I'm in my own lane. I'm in Ye Rock's lane, not red pill. I'm good. But let me show you this tweet or this post. And so essentially there's been a lot of talk about this high value man stuff, right? The quickest path to becoming a high value man. He written so there's 8 things on this list. Now I wouldn't consider this advice. This just seems like it's here is a I don't want to say that word, but here is a dummy proof list of how you can become a decent way that you become a so-called high value man. In case none of you know, a high value man is different, in my opinion, from most people' perspectives, but they do seem to have a core similarity. And if you want to know more, I definitely recommend Kevin Samuels. Hey, man, mentioning that name could get me into a lot of trouble, but rest in peace to Godfather Kevin Samuels. But yeah, I think he did the most perfect description of what a high value man is. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to know, go to Kevin Samuels' videos and you will know. But I want to concentrate. I'm going to actually, you know what? I'll just state all 8 things on this list and then I will go into more later. So, okay. First thing on this list, do not get married. Okay. 2, avoid family creation. All right. Third, vasectomy in your 20s. That's what I want to concentrate on. 4, lift consistently. 5, eliminate all sedations. 6, learning game and networking. 7, play to your strengths, build wealth. 8, resist easing up on your focus. That is a list that he posted of becoming the quickest way of becoming a high value man. Now, I don't know if he's being serious, but I do know this post will definitely spark a lot of conversation. I really don't care about this list, but there's one in particular. Can you guess what number in here that interests me the most? I'll give you a hint. It's a vasectomy. I know I worked with the guy. He's 28 now. And this guy got a vasectomy at 22 years old. He never wanted kids. He always said how he doesn't want kids. He just doesn't want them. He can't stand kids. He doesn't like them. But he always desired to be in a relationship. He's always wanted a wife, but he just doesn't want kids. Personally, I told him if you don't want kids, there's no point in really finding a wife, in my opinion. But hey, to each their own, right? So he goes and he decides to get a vasectomy at 22. This man never told his wife. He was married during this time, but he never told his wife that he was getting a vasectomy. His wife really wanted kids. She said, I really want to have a family soon. He kept telling her, no, I don't want to have kids. No, we can have dogs and we can have cats, but we are not getting kids. She's like, what about adopting? How do I know this? He talked to me about it. That this is on his account. And she she kept trying to egg him on. All her friends were moving on with their life. They were getting married. They were having kids. And she was honestly, she just couldn't stand that crap anymore. She just couldn't stand it. She's like, I want kids now. You know what this man does? You know what he told me? He said, instead of getting kids, I try to get her off the adoption idea. By doing that, the way I did that was I bought a cat. I was like, are you serious? What is a cat going to do? It should keep her busy. Are you serious? Yeah, it should keep her busy. That way, it'll keep her mind off of wanting to have kids. Didn't you say that all her friends are having kids? Yeah. Dude, you're not going to, man, you're not going to be able to avoid it. She's got friends, she's got sisters. She's not going to be able to avoid the thought of kids. She's a very social person. He's like, nope, not doing it. Nope, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I am not having kids. One day, well, he tells her, I got an appointment scheduled. He told me about this appointment too. This is when he scheduled for the vasectomy. He told me he's scheduled for the vasectomy and she's going to drive him. I don't remember exactly what day. Let's just say that it's on, I don't know, Tuesday. And he said, yeah, I got a medical appointment scheduled for Tuesday. I need you to take me. So Tuesday came around. She took him there. Lord behold, she's sitting up there listening to the briefing of the vasectomy. She was surprised. She had no idea that this man had a vasectomy scheduled. She was very, very upset. She was so upset she had to leave, and she just wanted to get away. She just like she had to leave, right? So he goes in and gets his vasectomy, and he's lucky that she came to pick him up. I'm gonna tell you that. She had no idea, but she was still doing her wifely duties, holding up her end of obligations till death do us part. She comes and picks him up, and he shows up to work literally a couple days after the surgery. He starts telling me how she's really mad at him and she doesn't know why she wants kids so bad, and their marriage isn't doing well today. It was only a matter of time. And we kept telling him, everybody kept telling him, yo, you shouldn't have got a vasectomy. So that leads forward up to today. Talk to this individual. You know that this man finally gave in because their marriage is falling apart. His wife wanted kids, and he decided, okay, I'm going to get it reversed. And that's why I wanted to talk about specifically number 3 on the vasectomy list. Vasectomy in your 20s. He was 22 when he got it. He's 28 now, and he's getting reversed. You know, after he got it reversed, the doctors literally told him the likelihood of him having a kid is basically 0%. They literally said basically 0%. It has been 6 years since he had the vasectomy. And what's crazy is he called me. He was telling me about it. And I told him, I was like, didn't I tell you back then you shouldn't have done it? And now his marriage is running in ruins. He doesn't know what to do. You know what he decides to do? He said, well, I bought a dog. I was like, what do you mean you got another dog? Don't you got 2 cats, 2 dogs? Yeah, but I got another one. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. To all men, I am 32 years old, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm not an elder. I have some experience, but not a lot. But I will tell you this. Men in your 20s, don't get a vasectomy. If you want to, that's fine. But I don't recommend it. Not in your 20s, right? Just wait a little later in life. The best, one of the best things that you can do is practice safe sensual acts, right? Wrap it up. That's a great idea. But if you want to be 100% sure, abstinence. Abstinence is a great practice, right? But I just wanted to show this list. And any of you who is interested in a high value man, I strongly recommend that you go to Kevin Samuels' channel. The man has died, but his channel is still alive. It's being carried on by his lineage. Just check it out. Great channel. If you heard rumors about him being the anti-black woman, that is a straight lie. All right. Obviously, those people haven't watched it. Just check it out and you will see for yourself. All right. And so now I'm going to take a little break really quick. I need a rebreather. And then I'll be right back. So enjoy my lovely music. I'll be back in about maybe 3 minutes. Starting, man. I got to get my viewer count up. BRB. All right, I'm back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing, you beautiful people? All right. So where was I? Society is running on sensual fuel. Yeah, well, I already talked about that. What's another thing to do for late night talks? All right. So here. Okay, yeah. So this one's going to be interesting. This is one I wanted. This is I was Okay, that's sick. I was gonna say I was looking forward to it, but semi looking forward to it. In case you guys are wondering what this is over here, this is a wonderful gift that was given to me by a client of mine. They sent me a gift via Amazon, and they gave me a wonderful decanter, which is beautiful, and I like it. So thank you. Shout out to my client there, and let me see. Okay, so the next thing is going to be a video. And I'm going to, okay, so for all those viewers who are watching, I want you to be prepared for this because this video is, it's somewhat alarming, up there with crazy, up there with a little scary. Can't believe people are like that. Maybe you heard of this, but essentially, this video is going to display a woman who used to do tutorials on YouTube about doing sensual things with, you ready? Dogs. Gross. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Let me pull this up because this was crazy to me when I saw it. All right. And where are you? And here it is.
To give 10 more reasons on why I believe that women. Reason number one, you can afford almost any. So if you either wear a skirt or a dress, you're available to him 24/7.
Hope you guys heard that. So this video was made years ago, right? She, like I said before, she used to do tutorials on YouTube. And essentially all of her tutorials was literally tips, and she was trying to teach people, women specifically, how to have sensual relationships with their dogs. I was going to say pets, but you know what, might as well say dogs. I mean, she said it, right? And it is disgusting. I am not going to play a whole video about that. Imagine doing a live stream with the title, oh, chick gives tips, sensual tips with dogs. Like, that'd be crazy, man. I'm not doing that. That's wild. But yeah, and I don't know too much about her. I didn't really dig. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging, and maybe I'll touch up on it eventually. But yeah, that's what her YouTube videos used to be about, and some of it is still up. You could find it around YouTube. And this leads me to the second clip, which is gross. It's very gross, right? Those acts to me are nasty. There are real people who are actually into those things. Like, for example, I used to live in North Carolina, right? And I knew this young man, technically was a young man when we were teenagers, but essentially he was actually older than me. He was actually like 19. At the time I was like 18, I think. Yeah. But this guy, he was slow. And where I used to live was the boonies, a bum f nowhere. Like literally, I was in the middle of nowhere, nowhere. And one day, out of the blue, this man decides to tell me about how he does sensual things with his dog. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And he also told me how. So this guy was slow. You can tell. And no, I'm not being offensive when I say this, but this man was essentially, he said his father was his brother. I'm not joking. He was inbred. And this guy was not, I don't want to say interesting, but he was interesting. He did some crazy things every now and then when he would walk by. Like he would come and knock on the door, want to show off him eating like a cricket that he just caught or a grasshopper. This young man literally showed off to me him eating a firefly. I didn't understand that. But yeah, he would do sensual things with his dog, is what he told me. And I told him, yo, that's nasty. Don't tell me that. That's disgusting. And he just started laughing. He was literally laughing. But I understood too. He wasn't all there, right? So technically, he doesn't know right from wrong, but he knows right from wrong, if that makes any sense. Those there are you guys know what I'm talking about. So let me get to this other one. My video is lagging here. Forgive me. I'm having a little bit of connection issues, but that's fine. That's fine. At least you can hear me. That's okay. So this leads me into my second video. And in the second video, I'm going to prepare you because she goes into depth. I think she goes up to like tip number 4 or 5, something like that. And she talks more about having sensual acts with your dog. Here we go.
Reason number 2, dogs are naturally attracted to. Reason number 3, your dog won't cheat on you. Dogs are loyal, loving, and protective animals, so not only will dogs satisfy, will also guard you and ensure that you're safe.
Pause. Okay, so here, let me play it again really quick. And it's bleeped out, but I'm going to tell you what she says. I'm not going to say the word, but let me see.
Dogs are naturally attracted to.
So she said, dogs are naturally attracted to pee. No, I'm not joking. That's what she said. She said, dogs are naturally attracted to pee. I'm not talking about urine. You know what I'm talking about when I say pee. It's bleeped out, so you can put it together. Yep, that's what she said. Let's continue.
Reason number 3, your dog won't cheat on you. Dogs are loyal, loving, and protective animals. Also guard.
Pause. She said, "Oh, let me see if I heard that correctly. I think she said tip number 3, something about dogs won't cheat on you. Let me see.
Number 3, your dog won't cheat on you.
Step number 3, your dog will not cheat on you. Dear Lord, your dog will not cheat on you." Shall we continue?
Dogs are loyal, loving, and protective animals, so not only will your dog satisfy, also guard you and make sure that you're safe.
Not only will they satisfy your P word, but they will also make sure you're safe. Honestly, if I was to close my eyes right now and I was to just get rid of the word dog, and you were to ask me, what is she talking about? I would think that you're describing another person. That is how sensual she is about dogs. At least that's what she's making it sound like. All right, so let's continue.
Number 4, a dog's knot can give you an entirely different experience.
A dog's knot can give you an entirely different experience. In case you people do not know what that means, when 2 dogs are mating, the male dog genital area becomes ballooned. That's what she's talking about. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. I'm trying to get monetized. I am not trying to ruin that. Look it up. Here we go. Actually, no, that's disgusting. Don't look it up. Just take my word for it. Here we go.
And I just want to show you something real quick. This is what a dog's knot would look like. And this is going to be stuck inside you, and you two are going to be literally inseparable until this swelling goes down and he can slip back out.
Yeah, she said that. She pulled out a replica version of a K9's Winani and literally said, "This is what it looks like, and this is what gets stuck inside of you." Disgusting. Disgusting. I can't be the only one who thinks that is some nasty stuff. Yes, there are people like this out there. They are really out there. You see, and this is why this is one thing I like about late night streams, right? I am slowly getting tired. I'm a hardworking businessman. That's what I like to consider myself because I am. And this type of stuff it'll blow your mind, man. It makes me wake up even more. It makes me less tired. Why? Because it's crazy. It's hard to believe that this is a real thing. And I don't understand it. I don't know why people do it. And honestly, tonight I was going to cover some feminism topics, but I'm slowly getting tired. But I'm going to stay on just for a little bit longer and just talk about some other things, right? Other things that I had on my mind. So I came across this video, and there was this student, this young kid, he was in a class, and he threw a trash can at his teacher. Some of you might have seen the video, and he thought it was funny. All the kids, he obviously was trying to show off to the kids. He thought it was funny, right? So check this out. Check this out. Yeah, he did that. Oh, let me replay that one more time. Here we go. Yep. Oops. Look at me turning on and off my camera. Here we go. Here we go. For real though. Yeah, he threw a trash can. Let's say that wasn't the teacher. It's still not acceptable to throw a trash can. You are a student, right? Parents, please, please teach your kids how to behave. Children, what's crazy is children are so easily influenced nowadays, and it blows my mind. I'll give you an example. So I work there. So there's this one guy that I work with, and his kid is, I think he's 11, 12, something like that. Either 11 or 12 years old. And this kid was super cool when I first met his kid. Laid back, really cool kid. Not your ordinary kid. He was way more chill, way more relaxed. He was proper. He would say yes, sir, no, sir. Really good kid. Man, let me tell you this. We had a business outing, and this kid, he went from being a good kid to being an obnoxious, rebellious skater kid. And it was bad, like bad. I'm talking, so there was this barbecue pit, right? And this kid decided it would be a great idea to run up to this barbecue pit, take the lighter fluid and squirt it into the lighter pit. And he thought that this was funny. He did it. Not a good look. What happened to that kid? Why did he do that? You said that he went from being a really nice and kind kid to becoming this loud, rambunctious, rebellious 11 or 12-year old. I'll tell you what happened. The kid used to go to private school, and then the mom thought it was a fantastic idea to put the poor kid into public school, and that was your result, and that's the end of that story. That was what. Hey, I got some crazy stories about kids, by the way. Oh my goodness, I got some crazy stories about children. And let me see, where can I find, where did I put it? I really want to talk about this actually. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, so yeah, I texted one of my good friends. He he was a prior militant. His annual income is 200 and around 250K a year. I'm not going to tell you his exact income, but he's definitely somewhere close to the mid 200, about 250K. And I texted him and I wanted his opinion, right? Because I was like, I don't think people really believe me about the difference between men who are focusing on a purpose and men who are average and men who are just nothing. And I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you a little. I'm not gonna show you our whole conversation now. You guys are getting a little wild over there. But let me see if I can pull this up. So I took a screenshot. Right. Let me. This is wild. Right. I'm going to show you guys what we talked about. And I of course I called and I talked to him beforehand and I asked him if he's okay with this and he was okay with it. Luckily he had 5 minutes of time and he was okay with talking to me. So anyway, so I said, for the record, as a high value man, do you have trouble with feminist minded women? For you personally? He literally texted me back and he said, nope, all that goes out the window. What does he mean that by that? I asked him, does he ever have a problem with feminist women? He said, nope, all that goes out the window. I tell them up front, if you're going to waste time, I'm leaving you where we are standing. That's how guys with a purpose literally act. That is not a joke. I've literally seen these guys do that, right? And I try my social network is primarily comprised of guys who are up there, or at least on their way up there, because I like to surround myself with certain groups of people, right? So, and then to continue, when they are with me, they know I don't play that S word. And I said, yeah, you said that you don't F with feminism and all that stuff. Tell me why, because you and I have the same mindset about it. Because that feminist S for me is old, outdated, and no longer needed. And as of today, it only creates division, hate, and vitriol towards the genders. He says he 100% agrees with me. And so this is the part that's interesting. So I'm going to tell you the difference between so here is a good example. This guy, like I said, he makes basically 250K a year. Listen to this man's lifestyle. This is how he is. And a lot of people have a hard time. When I talk to people about this, they have a hard time believing that there are guys out here like this. Most guys who are literally obsessed with their focus are like this guy. And here we go. He says, I 100% agree. I love women. I love women. I'm not a feminist for that reason plus more. I look at women as no different than men. They are not special. They are they are human as men are human. So he's saying that he doesn't view women as these special things that you should put on a pedestal. Men are human and women are human. That's how he views it, right? Most men view women on a way higher pedestal. Most men think that women are these wonderful beings, right? They're angels. They're delicate. They can't do no wrong. The Disney fairy tale image crap. So anyway, let me continue with this, right? Here's where it gets interesting. Now he gives an example. This man, by the way, is busy. It took me 3 days, 3 days to get this guy to text back. That's how busy this man is. And listen to this, okay? Um, okay, so he says they are not special. They are human as men are human. I 100% agree. I love women. I'm not a feminist for that reason, plus more. I look at women as no different than men. They are not special. They are human as men. Or wait, I read that. Aha. Okay. Anyway, like yesterday, I took a lovely woman out with me while I was doing a business outing. I wanted to get some food. I'm just so focused, I forgot that she was there. I go to Joel Rabuchon. In case you guys don't know, that is a very that's a high end restaurant in Las Vegas, right? For his job, he travels all over the place. So okay. Let me continue. It costs. He says it costs $500 per person. For the past 2 days, she never asked him for anything. She just enjoys my company. So I pay for both of us. We have a good time. Done. No, we eat and we have a good time. Done. But here's a good example of another chick. And so this is his other experience, right? And in this one, he was in Miami. Like I said, he travels a lot. And he was in Miami for this trip. Listen to this. Oh, wrong one. Let me see. No, that was the right one. Okay. There we go. Okay, so he pays for the both of them, and so okay. So now here's an example of another chick from the week prior. He said, "We are in Miami. I am there for business. She was quiet at first. She sees my lifestyle. Then this woman was constantly talking about all these expensive restaurants. She's talking about brands, etc. I looked at her and I told her, hey, I'm here on business. That's it. I do not have the time to be spending my money on someone I don't know. I don't know who you really are." Yeah, he says, "I don't know who you really are. You are right now, you are sounding like you want money from me. Right now, you are sounding like you want money from me." Dude, that's how direct these guys are. They are extremely direct. And he's definitely like that. I'll tell you that much. He's very direct. This man does not care. All right. He says, "I have a certain amount of time to get my job done." Sent her home, did my job, moved on. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because he's a good friend of mine, extremely busy. And I'm starting to develop the same habits as a lot of these high earning men in my social group. It's busy, it can be very lonely, but man, is it worth it? I'm not rich, but I'm definitely going to get there like you, buddy. Guarantee that. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. This is actually my first live stream on YouTube. And it was fun, man. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm up, so I need to get some sleep. I probably won't sleep. I'll probably work on some stuff and work on my business and things like that. But I hope you guys have a very good night. I'm going to play my wonderful music. And then as I do that, hold up one second. Yeah. So, okay, as I do that, once the countdown stops, I'm just going to close down the channel. All right. Give me 1 second here. And you guys have a wonderful night because I know I am not going to sleep. Probably got another 2 to 3 hours before I pass out. And I'm back up to the grind, baby. Later, guys.